Hi, I'm Rory Dominguez, and I am a parent of a Brownell Middle School student. Her name is Gabby Dominguez, and I'm the group leader for the 2019 Washington, D.C., New York trip. And I want to thank you for taking the time out to watch this video. Tonight I'm going to go through pretty much all the information that I have for the trip. And I also wanted to mention too, Janet Collins is co-leading this group with me. So I'm pretty much going to be, I think, focusing on like a lot of the communications and being the liaison between this group and the tour company that we're working with. And Janet Collins is going to be heading up a lot of the fundraising efforts that we have planned for this group. The tour group that we're working with is called Student Tours of America. And in a separate posting, I'm going to share with you one of their videos. They had sent us a DVD video to kind of give you all sort of a visual experience of the tour. Handing out the video is difficult with this group. So I'm going to try to look for it on YouTube, and I'll post that later on. So let's see. We've got a sample itinerary. It's pretty standard. My son, Mateo, went on this trip when he was in 8th grade at Brownell, and he's an incoming senior this year. And I'm looking at this itinerary, and it's pretty much the same. So the trip is from April 1st to the 6th, so that's 5 days. The cost of the trip includes airfare, bus transportation, and tour guides. And the Tours of America reps and or tour guide does stay with us actually at the hotels. So they check in early in the morning. They help us get the kids breakfast, and they help with luggage and so forth. And they get on the bus when we get on the bus. And so they provide, information to all of us as we're driving from one site to another. And then they're our tour guide when we're at the individual memorials and the museums. So we leave from SFO on April 1st, and we check into a hotel in DC. And then the following day, after breakfast, we visit the FDR Memorial, the Martin Luther King Memorial, and the Jefferson Memorial. And then we hopefully will visit the African American Museum. We'll also hit Mount Vernon. And then after dinner, we'll be touring the various war memorials, Vietnam, Korean War, and World War II memorials. And then second day after breakfast, we hit Arlington National Cemetery, the National Archives, Holocaust Memorial. We don't get a tour of the White House, but we will stop by the White House, where that gate is, and take a group photo there. And then after dinner on the second day, we will visit the Pentagon Memorial. Day 3, we will hit Capitol Hill. We'll visit the U.S. Capitol, Supreme Court, Library of Congress. I'm really excited about that. And then after lunch, we'll visit the Smithsonian Complex. I'm really hoping to get into the Air and Space Museum. Now, remember, this is all samples, so hopefully, they'll be able to book most, if not all, of these sites for us. And then we're also going to visit the Ford's Theater and visit the Lincoln Memorial and the Kennedy Center after dinner. The 4th day, we check out of the DC hotel, and we take the bus and we drive to New York City. And while we're there in New York, we'll visit Rockefeller Center. We'll take a walk down 5th Avenue. We'll also see a Broadway show, and then the kids will have some free time. I believe there is a swimming pool at the hotel, so the kids can pack their swimming gear and go for a swim in the pool. On the last day, we visit Lower Manhattan, and hopefully we'll be visiting the Statue of Liberty and taking a ferry ride to Ellis Island. We'll also visit the 9/11 Memorial and Museum. and then we'll have dinner, and then after dinner, we'll be heading back home to SFO. Now, the cost of the trip not only includes all that, but it also includes security at the hotel. And how that works is they have a secure, like an individual who is security on every floor that we are on, and they basically stay awake all night, and they watch the halls, and they make sure that the kids stick to the curfew. And typically the security can be on or active duty or off duty or retired veterans or police officers. And let's see. Oh, we also have available to us on-call doctors. So if any of the kids get sick, if we suspect that anyone has an infection or a fever, I work directly with the Tours of America. They will call in a doctor to come to the hotel, whatever time of night that is, and they will come and check out the student who we think might be sick. So that was really nice. That gave me a lot of comfort, actually, knowing that we had security and that we had medical staff available to us while our kids were on this tour. The cost of the trip for the student is $2,435, and for the adults it's $2,725. The kids will room 4 per room, and the chaperones will room 2 adults per room. And we can set that all up. Like, we won't arbitrarily room the kids together. We'll create a form for you that you can fill out, that you and your student can fill out, and your student can put down on there, the other students that he or she wishes to room with, and we'll do our best to get friends, hanging out together. We want to make it fun. Now, there was an early registration special when Melissa Vernon first started this, and that deadline has already passed. It was on July 1st, but we're just now starting to get momentum. And since we have sort of changed hands from with group leaders from Melissa to myself, we have requested that our early registration special deadline be extended. And I got confirmation that they did receive our request. We're just waiting to hear back from them at this point. Let's see, you can pay your trip in full, or you can do it in payments. The deposit is $99, and they also offer a insurance program. It's, how much is it? I think the insurance, it says here the insurance is $239. And basically what that is it's travel insurance. So if at any point you need to cancel your student's trip, depending on how far out from the flight date you are, you will get partial, half, or some bit of money back, depending on, when you need to cancel your trip. That could be for anything like, family emergency, or your child's sick and can't go on the trip. Let's see, final payment is due January 21st, 2019. I know that sounds like not too far away, but in our experience, when we did this with Mateo, we fundraised like crazy, just as a family. The group that we went with, we didn't have any organized fundraising. It was all up to each individual student and their family to do their own fundraising. And even though our payment was due in full in January, we continued to fundraise for this thing. Like, I think we even did it past Easter. We fundraised until we met the goal we had. And speaking of fundraising, we'll put together a separate video on how to fundraise. It'll include some ideas for fundraising. I've got some ideas that you can do as a family, or your student can do as an individual. And then Janet Collins has a lot of really great ideas for organized fundraising, and she'll put that together for us, and she'll make that available when she gets that all coordinated. So let me see what else here. In addition, to fundraising, like on your own, the company also provides sort of like a website, a fundraising website for each one of your students. So it's called mytourfund.com. And when you get your registration packet, it has the steps and directions on how to sign your student up for that. And the way we are going to use it is whenever we post on Facebook that we have a fundraising thing that we're doing for Gabby, we'll also put the link to her My Tour Fund page. And so for those people who cannot, say, come to a bake sale that we're having, or we're selling lumpia, and if they're not local to get lumpia and they live in another part of the country, they can make a donation towards her trip by just clicking on the link to her fundraising page, and they can just make a donation if they want that way. That would be great to send to relatives, who don't live close by, or to grandparents. Let's see. Oh, there is a video on the My Tour about the My Tour Fund website and how to utilize that. So I will post that separately. If you have any questions or if you have any concerns, please post them in the comments below. I will answer those questions. Between Jen and I will answer those questions. And then I'm also thinking about creating another video and answering those questions in another video so that everyone in the group can sort of benefit from the info. Oh, my family's home from their LA trip. Okay, so let's see. I think that's it for now. Today's Monday night. Janet and I will be at Downtown Live this Thursday from 5 to 9 o'clock, and we will have registration packets. Basically, they look like this, and they have pretty much all the information that I shared with you. And so we'll be out there handing out packets, and we hope to see you on Thursday. And then in the future, I also will be kind of hanging out around Gilroy, and I'll be posting it in this group and also on the Brownell Parents Club Facebook group on the dates and the times and locations of where I'll be handing out packets. Okay, so thanks so much for watching this video. Hopefully it was helpful to you. And again, if you have any questions, please put them out there on the comments below and we'll get them answered. And I will post as soon as I hear back from the tour company as to whether or not they've extended our early registration special deadline. I will post it up there so you will know when you can go ahead and register your student and hopefully yourself. Because the other thing is, we don't have a cap on how many chaperones can come. I mean, we could have as many chaperones as we want on this trip and as many students as we want on this trip. So the more the merrier. Okay, take care.